Hi students, today we are going to study about numericals based on sequential reactions and parallel reactions. Okay, now today our topic is problems based on sequential or consecutive reactions, number 1, and number 2, parallel reactions. Now, what is the definition of a consecutive reactions? Consecutive reactions are those reactions in which the product formed in a reaction is itself act as a reactant for the next other reaction. That means in these consecutive reactions, what happens? More than two reactions occurs. Okay. Now, in which one in one reaction the product formed is itself act as a initial substance for the next reaction. Let's suppose I have reactant A. Okay, it is giving a product B. Okay, now the product B is itself act as a reactant for the next reaction to give another product to C, and which is itself act as a reactant for the next reaction, third reaction, and to give the final product to D. Okay, let's suppose here we have two examples. We have general example of polymerization, thermal cracking, and chlorination of hydrocarbon. We know in organic chemistry chlorination, halogenation of hydrocarbons. Okay, now here simple example, we are taking carbon and oxygen, they combine to give here carbon monoxide. This is the first reaction. This carbon monoxide is used in the second reaction where the iron oxide get reduced to iron. So especially this reaction is used in the metallurgy of iron. Okay. Now in the second reaction, carbon oxidation, again carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide will react with nickel to give nickel tetracarbonyl, which is a complex compound. Okay. Now problems related with sequential or consecutive reactions. Now the first problem, 12 moles of A, B, C reactants are taken initially. Calculate the number of moles of A2, B3, C4 product formed in the following reaction. So there are two reactions given to you. First reaction, A plus B gives A2B3. Second reaction, A2B3 plus C to give A2B3C4. So first of all, I am writing the reaction A combined with B to give what? A2B3. Okay. Now here, how many atoms of E on the right hand side? 2. So that's why I am writing 2 on the left hand side. And how many atoms of B on the right hand side? 3. So I am writing 3 on the left hand side. Are you getting my point? Now here, how many moles of A given to you? 12 moles. And B also 12 moles. Initially there is no any product. Okay. Now in the previous video I explained how to find the limiting reagent. Okay. Before going to solve this video or to solve these numericals, it is essential to watch the POAC video, that is the principle of atom conservation video, and also limiting reagent concept video. Both the videos are very important. Okay. Now here, number of moles of reactant A will be given 12. What is the stoichiometry of the reactant A? 2. So I am dividing by 2. Number of moles by stoichiometry coefficient is equal to stoichiometry quantity, that is 6. In case of B, here number of moles of B 12. What is the stoichiometry of the stoichiometry quotient of the B? 3. So here you have 4. So 4, 6, which is a minimum value? 4. That's why B will be limiting reagent. Now A will be excess of reagent. A will be what? Excess of reagent. Are you getting my point? Now here 3 moles of B. How many moles of B? 3 moles of B. Giving the 1 mole of A2B3? Yes. 3 moles of B giving how many moles of A2B3? 1 mole of A2B3. Now 12 moles of a B will give how many moles of A2B3? That is 4 moles of A2B3. 4 moles of A2B3. So here B completely consumed. Now what about the number of moles of product formed? 4 moles of A2B3 will be formed. Now what about the excess of reagent? Now actually how many total moles of reactant A? 12 minus how many moles of A will be consumed here? Now here 3 moles of B reacting with how many moles of A? 2 moles of A. So 12 moles of B will combine with how many moles of A? 12 into 2 by 3. That is 24 by 3. That is 8. Are you getting my point? Here I am writing 3 moles of B required 2 moles of A for the reaction. Now 12 moles of a B will combine with how many moles of A? That is 24 by 3 moles A. Are you getting my point? That is 8 moles of A. So total 12 moles of A, 8 moles are reacting. So remaining 4 moles. 4 moles of A will be left. B will be completely consumed to 0 and 4 moles of A2B3 will be formed. Are you getting my point? Now the continuation reaction is given to you. A2B3 react with what? C. So I am writing continuation equation. A2B3 reacting with C to give A2B3 C4. Now here on the right hand side carbon atom, atom C will be 4. So left hand side should be 4. So it is now balanced. Okay. Now how many moles of A2B3 in the first reaction formed? 4 moles. How many moles of C taken? 12. Because in the question A, B, C each one of 12 moles. Are you getting my point? Now here this will be 0. This will be what? 0. Initially there will be no any product. Now what is the limiting reagent? So how many moles of A2B3? 4. The stoichiometry will be 1. So here 4 by 1. 4 by 1. Here how many moles of C? 12. Stoichiometry of the C? 4. Here it will be 3. It will be 4. Now which is a limiting reagent? C will be the limiting reagent and A2B3 will be the excess of reagent. Okay. Now here. Now 4 moles of C will produce 1 mole of A2B3C4. Then 12 moles of C will produce how many moles of A2B3C4? That is 12 by 4. That means 3 moles of product. Now completely C will be consumed. Now there are total 4 moles of A2B3. Now here 4 moles of C will combine with 1 mole of A2B3. So 12 moles of C will combine with how many moles of A2B3? 3 moles. So I am writing 3 moles here. So remaining moles of A2B3 left here 1, left here 1. Are you getting my point? So finally what I am writing here, number of moles of A left. How many moles of A will left here? How many moles of A will be left here? 4 moles. Next, number of moles of A2B3 left will be 1 here. Now final, how many number of moles of A2B3C4 formed. That will be 3 mole. So this question may be given in the multiple choice also, because there are 3 different options we have. All these 3 options are correct. Okay. Now in the second problem, A plus B to give A2B3 and A2B3 combine with C to give A2B3C4. Same reaction, but here information given percentage of yield. Okay. Now initially number of moles of ABC, each 12 mole. Each number of moles of ABC reactants 12 mole. Okay. Now I am writing equation 2A plus 3B become A2B3. Okay. Now here 60% yield of the reaction. This is very important. Here 12 moles of A, 12 moles of B. No product will be formation. First of all, the limiting reagent will be B and A will be excess of reagent, similarly in first problem. Now B will be completely consumed. Okay. 3 moles of a B will give 1 mole of a A2B3. 12 moles will obviously give how many? 4 moles of A2B3. Remember, this is expected when the percentage of yield of the reaction is 100%. But in the question, the percentage is given 60% of the yield. If the yield is 100%, then you will get the 4 moles. Okay, but the yield is only 60%. So 60% of 4 moles, you will get 2.4 moles of A2B3. This is very important. Otherwise, you can calculate like this. Now, number of moles of A, stoichiometry 2. Number of moles of B, stoichiometry 3. Number of moles of A2B3, stoichiometry 1. If the percentage of yield is 100%. But the percentage of yield is what? 60%. Now, which is a limiting reagent? B. B is a LR, limiting reagent. That's why I am multiplying with 60% here. Okay. Now here, how many moles of B is there? 12 moles into 3 divided by 3. 60% will be equal to number of moles of A2B3. From here also, you can solve number of moles of A2B3 become 2.4 moles. Are you getting my point? Number of moles of A2B3 become 2.4 moles. Okay. Now the reaction continuation, A2B3 will combine with C to give A2B3C4. Okay. Now the second reaction, percentage is given 40%. How much of the percentage of yield is given to you? 40%. How many moles of A2B3 is formed here? 2.4 moles. How many moles of C here? 12 moles. Here A2B3 will be the limiting reagent because stoichiometry 1, 2.4 by 1, okay, 12 by 4. So you have 2.4 by 1, that is 2.4. Here number of moles 12, stoichiometry 4, you have stoichiometry quantity 3, which is minimum value 2.4. That's why A2B3 is a limiting reagent. Are you getting my point? Now completely A2B3 will be consumed. 1 mole of A2B3 will give 1 mole of A2B3C4. So 2.5 moles will give 2.4 moles A2B3C4. But this is expected only when the percentage of yield is 100%. But the percentage of yield is how much? 40%. That means 2.4 moles of 40%. 2.4 moles of 40%. Okay, that is 2.4 into 40 by 100. That is 0.96 moles of A2B3C4 will be formed. Okay, now what about the number of moles of C? How many moles of C will be there here? Initially 12 moles. Okay, now how many moles will be reacted here? 1 mole of A2B3 combined with 4 moles. 1 mole combined with 4 moles. 2.4 moles will combine with how many moles of C? That is 9.6 moles. That means total 12 moles, 9.6 moles will be reacted with A2B3 and the remaining moles will be 2.4 moles will be left here. Here completely 0 moles. Here 0.96 moles will be. Now next problem. 9 moles of D, 14 moles of E are allowed to react in a closed vessel according to the given reactions. Calculate the number of moles of B formed in the end of the reaction if 4 moles of G are present in the vessel. In bracket, percentage yield of the reaction is given. Are you getting my point? So here in bracket, percentage of yield of the reaction is given to you. Okay. Now here first of all I am writing the equation 3D plus 4E to give 5C plus A. What is the percentage of the yield of the reaction here? 80%. How many moles of D? 9 moles. How many moles of E? 14 moles. Now, which is a limiting reagent? D will be the limiting reagent and E will be the excess of reagent. Okay, why? The number of moles of D 9 moles and its stoichiometry will be 3. Okay, now for E, number of moles 14 by stoichiometry 4. 14 by 4, 7 by 2, that will be 3.5. So this is the minimum stoichiometric ratio. Okay, now here initially there are 9 moles of D and 14 moles of E. There will be no product formation initially. After completion of reaction, 3 moles D will give 5 moles C. I am taking only C because in the second equation the reactant will be C. So I am calculating the number of moles of C. Okay. Now this is as per standard equation. Now how many moles of D? 9 moles of D will give how many moles of C? 9 into 5 by 3, that is 15 moles C. Now this is 15 moles C expected because if the reaction is assumed to be 100%, then this will be the answer. But there is a percentage of yield is 80%. If 100% of yield 15 moles, then what about the 80% of yield? 15 moles of 80%. 15% of what? 80%, that will be the 12 moles. That will be the 12 moles. So the 12 moles of C will be formed. Are you getting my point? Now come to second equation. C, that is 3C. combining with 5G to give 6B and F. Percentage of yield is what? 50%. Now, how many moles of C here? 12 moles from the step 1. How many moles of G? In the question it is given 4 moles of G present in the reaction vessel. So I am taking here 4 moles. Initially there will be no products. Okay. Now here G will be the limiting reagent and this will be the excess of reagent, because 12 by 3 stoichiometric coefficient 3, number of moles 12, so the stoichiometric quantity 4. Here number of moles 4, stoichiometric coefficient is 5, that is 0.8. Okay, so this is a limiting reagent. That means 5 moles G will produce 6 moles B. Now 4 moles of G will produce how many moles of B? Unitary method. So 24 by 5 moles, that will be 4.8 moles B. This is expected, but actually the percentage yield of the reaction is 50%. So out of the 4.8 moles, 50% of the 4.8 moles, that will be the 2.4 moles B. This is actual. This is the actual moles. This is the expected. When the percentage yield is not given, then we can consider 100%. If in the question it is mentioned the percentage yield according to which we have to calculate. It is also, this is expected, this is actual number of moles of C. Are you getting my point? Now come to next problem. The sulfide ore of zinc ZnS concentrated by Froth flotation process. It is a metallurgical process, the extraction of zinc metal from the sulfide ore. Okay, heated in air and converts ZnS into ZnO. Follows as follows. Find the number of moles of ZnS required for producing the 2 moles of the zinc. 2 moles of the zinc. Here the equations are given, 1, 2, 3 equations are given. In each equation there is a percentage of yield is given. Okay, and here options also mentioned. Now here what I am doing, first of all I am taking the number of moles of ZnS. Number of moles of ZnS. Stoichiometric coefficient is 2. Okay, into what's the percentage of yield? 80%. Into 80% is equal to number of moles of ZnO. Stoichiometric coefficient is 2. Okay, now here equation 1. From second one, number of moles of ZnO, stoichiometric coefficient is 1, into percentage yield is 100, that means 100 by 100 is 1, is equal to number of moles of ZnSO4, that is equation number 2. Next, number 3, number of moles of ZnSO4, stoichiometric coefficient is 2, into percentage of the yield 80% is equal to 2 into number of moles of zinc divided by stoichiometric coefficient, that is equation number 3. Now from these 3 equations I am writing number of moles of ZnO into 80% is equal to number of moles of Zn, and number of moles of ZnS into 80% into 80% is equal to number of moles of Zn. Okay, now what is the number of moles of zinc given to you? How many number of moles of Zn given to you? 2 moles. So I am calculating number of moles of zinc sulfide, 80% here into 80% here. Number of moles of zinc given in the question 2. So number of moles of zinc sulfide will be equal to 2 into 100 into 100 divided by 80 into 80. Okay, that is 100 by 32. Okay, so number of moles of ZnS will be equal to 3.125 moles. 3.125 moles. So the answer will be second option. Now there will be a second alternative method. Okay, now I am writing alternative method. This alternative method is also known as a factor label method. Factor label method. Okay, now once again I am writing the given reactions. Okay, 2ZnS plus 3O2 gives 2ZnO plus 2SO2. Second equation, ZnO plus H2SO4, ZnSO4 plus H2O. Third equation, 2ZnSO4 plus 2H2O, 2Zn, Zn, 2H2SO4 and O2. Okay, I am once again writing the equations here. Number 1, 2ZnS plus 3O2 to give 2ZnO plus 2SO2. In this, the percentage of yield is given to you 80%. Next, ZnO plus H2SO4, ZnSO4 plus H2O. Here percentage yield 100%. Now third one, 2ZnSO4 plus 2H2O to give 2Zn plus 2H2SO4 plus O2. Here the percentage yield is given 80%. Now here let's suppose I have X moles of ZnS. Let's suppose. Okay. Now 2 moles of ZnS will give 2 moles of ZnO. So from X moles of ZnS, how many moles of ZnO you will obtain? X mole. That means here you have X mole of ZnO. Come to second equation. Remember, it is 100%, but the percentage is 80%. Okay, according to which we can find the number of moles of ZnO. From the second equation, 1 mole ZnO giving 1 mole ZnSO4. From the above expression, how many moles of ZnO, according to which we can find the number of moles of ZnSO4. Okay, now from the second equation, we obtain the number of moles of ZnSO4, 100% of the yield. Okay, expected and actual will be same. Now in the third expression, 2 moles of ZnSO4 will give 2 moles of Zn. That means 1 mole of ZnSO4 will give 1 mole of Zn. So in the second expression, how many moles of ZnSO4? From that we can find the number of moles of Zn. Okay. Now here, what I am writing here? Number of moles of Zn. Number of moles of zinc is equal to. Okay. Now 2 moles of ZnSO4. Here number of moles of zinc will be obtained from the number of moles of ZnSO4. Number of moles of ZnSO4 obtained from the number of moles of ZnO. Number of moles of ZnO obtained from the number of moles of ZnS. Okay. Now 2 moles of ZnS will give 2 moles of ZnO. X moles of ZnS will give X moles of ZnO, X moles. Now the percentage yield is 80%, so X into 80%. Okay. Now this is the number of moles of ZnO. Now 1 mole ZnO will give 1 mole ZnSO4. So you have X into 80 by 100 will give X into 80 by 100 moles of ZnSO4. Now the percentage yield is 100%. This will be the number of moles of ZnSO4. Okay. Now 2 moles of ZnSO4 will give 2 moles of Zn. That means 1 mole of ZnSO4 will 1 mole of Zn. This much of ZnSO4 will give this much of the same moles of the zinc. That means 2x into 80 by 100, 100 by 100. Now the third one 80% is there. So again I am multiplying with 80%. Okay. From here we know how many moles of ZnSO4. How many moles of ZnSO4 in the question given to you? How many moles of ZnSO4 in the question given to you? That is to be find out. Find the number of moles for the producing the 2 moles of Zn. Okay, number of moles of Zn given to you. Number of moles of Zn given to you. So number of moles of Zn given to you 2 is equal to X into 80 by 100 into 80 by 100. Okay. From here X will be equal to 100 by 32, which will be 3.125 moles of ZnS. Here the first option, first method we got answer how much? 3.125. In the alternative method also we are getting the same answer, that is the 3.125. Okay. Now next problem is there. Now here 3a gives 5b, 2b gives 3a gives 5b, 2b gives 7c, 2d, 5c gives 3e, 9f. The percentage of yield of the reaction given on the arrow notation. Now here reactant moles given and product final moles given. Find the X value. What is the X here? Percentage of the yield in the third reaction. Okay. Now what I am doing here, I am directly applying factor label method. Once again, what is the factor label method? Here you see. Now here 3 moles of A gives 5 moles of B. So 2 moles of A will give how many moles of B? Okay. From which we will obtain the number of moles of B. 2 moles of B will give 7 moles of C. From the above expression, how many moles of B? From which how many moles of C will be obtained? Okay. From here to next step, 5 moles of C will give 3 moles of E. From the second step, how many moles of C? From that, how many moles of E will be obtained? Okay. So number of moles of E already given to you, that is 2 moles. Now we have to calculate the percentage of the yield. Okay. Now directly I am writing number of moles of E will be equal to, here 3 moles of A will give how many moles of B? 5 moles. Okay. 2 moles of A will give how many moles of B? 10 by 3. 10 by 3. The percentage of yield is how much? 60%. This will be the number of moles of what? This will be the number of moles of B. This will be what? Number of moles of B. Now in the second expression, 2 moles of a B will give 7 moles of a C. Now this much of number of moles of B will give how many moles of C? Again 7 by 2 into percentage yield of the reaction. Okay. Now this will be the number of moles of C. Number of moles of C. From third expression, 5 moles of C will give 3 moles of E. Then this much of moles of C will give how many moles of E? that will be again 3 divided by 5. Are you getting my point? Here 3 divided by 5 into percentage yield of the reaction, that is the X%. So this will be the final number of moles of E. This will be the number of moles of E. Okay, once again I am telling here. Now 3 moles of A gives 5 moles of B. 2 moles of A will give how many moles of B? 10 by 3 moles into 60%. This much of moles of B. 2 moles of B will give 7 moles. This much of number of moles of B will give how many moles of C? Into 7 by 2 into percentage of yield. This is the number of moles of C. Now 5 moles of C gives 3 moles of E. Then given moles of C will give how many moles of E? 3 by 5 times of X%. This is X% is percentage of yield we have to find. Okay. Now in the question, what is the number of moles of E given to you? 3 moles. Number of moles of E given to you? Number of moles of E given to you, how many moles? 2 moles. So I am writing number of moles of E, 2, is equal to 10 by 3 into 60 by 100 into 7 by 2 into 65 by 100 into 3 divided by 5 into X%. Okay, now here if you solve this one, you will get X% 73.26. 73.26. This is the percentage yield in the third reaction. Okay, if the percentage yield in the reaction is given, then we have to find number of moles of product. Okay, otherwise number of moles of reactant, number of moles of reactants, number of moles of product, and percentage yield. Out of these three, if any two values are given to you, we can find the third information. Okay, now come to next problem. Same problem. Now there is a chlorine combination with KOH to give KCl and KClO plus H2O. 50% of yield is there. Okay, now 3 KClO gives KClO3 plus 2 KCl, 70% of yield is there. 4 KClO3 gives 3 KClO4 plus KCl. The percentage of yield here is the 60%. Here is the 60%. Now find the weight of the chlorine that will be required to produce the 100 grams of KClO4. Now the product weight is given, the reactant weight is asking. The product weight is given, find the weight of the reactant, that is the Cl2. Okay, again we are applying the same concept, that is the N factor label method. Factor label method. Okay, now here number of moles of potassium perchlorate KClO4, potassium perchlorate. Now here what is the weight of chlorine, that is to be find out. Let's suppose I am taking number of moles of chlorine will be X moles. Let's suppose now 1 mole Cl2 will give 1 mole of KClO. X moles of Cl2 will give X moles of KClO into percentage yield is 50%. So up to here you will get the number of moles of KClO. Okay, 3 moles of KClO will give 1 mole of a KClO3. This much of KClO gives how many moles of KClO3? That will 1 by 3 into 70%. This is the number of moles of KClO3. Number of moles of KClO3. Now 4 moles of KClO3 will give 3 moles of KClO4. This much of moles of KClO3 will give how many moles of KClO4? 3 by 4 times of the 60%. So the total from here to here you will get number of moles of KClO4. Number of moles of KClO4. Now here what is the number of moles of KCl? Given weight upon molecular weight. What is the weight of the KClO4 given to you here? 100 grams. What is the molar mass of KClO4? molar mass of KClO4 is equal to 138.5. How to calculate the molar mass? Sum of the atomic masses. Potassium atomic mass we know 39, chlorine atomic mass 35.5, oxygen atomic mass 16. Okay, now molar mass will be 138.5, so number of moles of KClO4 is equal to, okay, now what is the X? What is the X? Number of moles of Cl2. How to find the number of moles? Weight upon molecular weight. So what is the weight of the chlorine? That is to be find out. What is the molecular weight of the chlorine? 71. Okay, into 50 by 100, 1 by 3, 70 by 100 into 3 by 4 into 60 by 100. 60 by 100. Okay, now here we can find the W, weight of chlorine, that will be 976.44 grams. This will be the mass of the chlorine. Okay, now after that we are going to discuss second reaction, that is called parallel reaction. First reaction is a consecutive reaction or series reaction. Second reaction is a parallel reaction. Parallel reactions are those reactions in which one substance will decompose to give two or more than two different products. Let's suppose we have one reactant A which is decomposing to give B and also C. This is a parallel reaction, simultaneous reaction. Okay, now here example we have potassium chlorate. How many moles? 6 moles, which will be decomposed according to the following reaction. Calculate the number of moles of potassium perchlorate produced if 3 moles of O2 are formed. Now here equations given. KClO3 decomposes to give KClNO2 and also KClO3 decomposes to give KClO4 and KCl. Okay, so this is a parallel reaction. Now here now I am taking first equation, that is KClO3 gives KCl plus 3 by 2 O2. Okay, now here 1 mole of a KClO3 will give 3 by 2 moles of oxygen according to the standard conditions, standard conditions. Now let's suppose I am taking this is X moles of KClO3. We don't know how many moles of KClO3 decomposes according to first reaction. Let's suppose X mole, according to which how many moles of O2 will be formed? 3x by 2 moles of O2 will be formed. Are you getting my point? Now come to second reaction. 4 KClO3 gives 3 KClO4 plus KCl. Now here 4 moles of KClO3 will giving how many moles of KClO4? 3 moles according to the standard condition. Now let's suppose I am taking Y moles of KClO3 will give how many moles of KClO4? 3Y by 4 moles of KClO4. Are you getting my point? Now here we know sum of X and Y is equal to 6 because total there are 6 moles of KClO3, out of which X moles decomposes according to the first reaction and the remaining moles, that is 6 minus X, or Y moles, so decomposes according to the second reaction. Okay, now here how many moles of oxygen is formed in the reaction? 3 moles. So now what I am doing, I am equating 3x by 2 is equal to 3. So I am getting the x value here 2. Once I know the x value here 2, what is the y value here? 4. What is the y value here? 4. After getting the y value 4, from here How many moles of KClO4 form? 3 by 4 moles. 3 by 4 into Y moles. What is the Y value here? 4. So 3 moles of KClO4 form. Number of moles of KClO4 formed will be equal to 3 moles. Will be equal to what? 3 moles. Okay. Now there is one alternative method by simply applying the concept of POAC. POAC, principle of atom conservation. Let's suppose in this reactions, first reaction and second reaction, both are balancing reactions. Let's suppose I am taking KClO3 gives KCl and O2. Okay. Otherwise I am writing directly in KClO3 decomposes in two different manner. Okay. In the first manner it will decomposes to KCl and O2. In the second manner it decomposes into KClO4 and KCl. Okay. Now what I am doing here, I am applying POAC on oxygen atom because the information regarding oxygen given. So I am applying the POAC on oxygen atom. Now what is the how many oxygen atoms are in KClO3? Index will be 3. So 3 into number of moles of KClO3 is equal to. Now oxygen atoms will be distributed in two different compounds, in the form of O2, in the form of KClO4. So in the form of O2, index will be 2 into number of moles of O2 plus in the KClO4 index is 4 into number of moles of KClO4. How many moles of KClO3 total given to you? 6 moles. So 3 into 6, 18. Okay, will be equal to how many moles of oxygen given to you here? 3. 3 2s are 6 moles plus 4 into number of moles of KClO4. From here, number of moles of KClO4 will be equal to 18 minus 6, that is 12. 12 by 4. 12 by 4. That is the answer 3. That is the answer 3. So this is the application of POAC concept. Whenever there is a imbalancing or not a balancing equation, then we can apply the POAC concept. Okay, it is not always necessary to balance the reaction. Once we are dealing with number of moles, we have to balance the equation. But when we are dealing with POAC, it is not necessary to balance the reaction. Okay. Now the next to second question. Two substances that is A2, B2 allowed to react completely to form A2B4, A3B4. Okay. Now leaving none of the reactants, that means both are completely consuming. Okay. Calculate the composition of the final mixture. Okay. If 5 by 4 moles of A2 and 2 moles of B2 is taken. Now again there are two reactants, A2 and B2. Now A2 and B2 combine to give A2B4 and A3B4. This is also a parallel reaction. Okay. Initially you have 5 by 4 moles A2 and 2 moles B2. The question is how many moles of A2B2 and A3B4 will be formed. Same concept, apply POAC. Here completely consumed. A2, B2 both are completely consumed. So we are applying the POAC on element atom A. Now here in A2 the index will be 2. So 2 into number of moles of A2. The number of moles of A2. The A atom will be consumed into A2B4 as well as A3B4. So that's why I am taking in A2B4 index of A will be 2 into number of moles of A2B4 plus index of A in the A3B4 will be 3 into number of moles of A3B4. Okay, now come to apply POAC on B atom also. On the left side, index of B in the B2 will be 2 into number of moles of B2. The B will be again consumed in two different compounds, A2B4 and A3B4. In A2B4, index is 4 into number of moles of A2B4 plus index in the A3B4 also 4 into number of moles of A3B4. Now how many moles of A2 given to you? 5 by 4. 2 into 5 by 4 means 5 by 2. So I am writing here 2 into number of moles of A2B4 plus 3 into number of moles of A3B4 will be equal to 2 into number of moles of A2. Number of moles of A2 5 by 4. 2 into 5 by 4, that is called 5 by 2. Let's suppose equation number 1. Now come to second one. 4 into number of moles of A2B4 plus 4 into number of moles of A3B4. This is A3B4. This is what? A3B4 will be equal to 2 into number of moles of B2. Number of moles of B2 2. 2 2s are 4. Let's suppose equation number 2. By simplifying the equation number 1 and 2, you will obtain the number of moles of A2B4, that is 0.5 moles, and number of moles of A2B3, number of moles of A2B4, and number of moles of A2B4 0.5. Next to A3B4 also 0 A3